laws of the United States
and the laws of the United States
and the laws of this state,
and the laws of this state,
and that I will faithfully
and I will faithfully
and impartially discharge
and impartially discharge
and perform all duties
and perform all duties
incumbent on me as Cameron Parish Police Steward
incumbent on me as Cameron Parish Police Steward,
according to the best of my ability
according to the best of my ability
and understanding, so help me God.
and understanding, so help me God.
Congratulations. I'll ask our clerk of court to assist me in getting these signed.
They don't make that one. I see you got your name and that was somebody's still in it. That's what
That'll put him to steady.
Can all of y'all get in front of the flag? Try to place together, please. Just try to move your chair out of the way. That's all I can do. We all just have. Okay. Just try to push the chairs. Thank you.
See you up there. See you, my Bill.
Okay, this, let's see.
Too wide to get us in the
That way. So about a step that way, Joe, and look, yeah, that's good. And three on each side. Look good, Mary, you need this one.
Yep, I got them all.
Okay.
Mine, can y'all write it down? Thank you.
You get yours and I'll get mine.
Through yet?
No, we're not done yet.
Are we there yet?
One,
have to back up to get everybody in. But you told me you had a real wide angle in.
Don't move. Ready, set, go. And ready, set, go. Make sure no one was blinking or making.
Yeah, we're all doing fine. Thank you.
I don't got 1 minute.
Is this right?
1 minute. Katie.
Yeah, it's on. Get ready for those.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting to order Monday, January 13th, 10 o'clock in the meeting. I want to welcome everybody here. We've got some old members and some new members up here, and hopefully we have a good 4 years and move our Parish forward. I'd like to get Mr. Kirk in to say the prayer, and Mr. Curtis to say the pledge. Please stand, everyone.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Recite the Lord's Prayer. Our
Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
All right, we're going to go to number 3. Darrell Williams, update on Cameron Fisheries.
Welcome, gentlemen. This is a lot going on with the new jurors, and welcome to y'all. But this is a project that's been ongoing, and we're trying to get it finished, and we're getting close to that point. So what y'all got is kind of an update, and the print's a little small on your computers. We'll fix that for you. But basically, right now, we have a seafood processing building that was funded through a CDBG workfront grant. It was complete in 2 years ago, building. Then after that, we got additional funding to get some equipment installed, some seafood processing equipment. We've had some, over the last year, we had some changes there with the operator, and an agreement in place with Campbell Fisheries. Wasn't working out, so right now we're in the process working with the Cameron Port to get a new operator in there. And they will be meeting later this month to select one and have some proposals to go through. But right now, I'm trying to get the building finished. We have 2 contracts out, refrigerated space, which is ice machines, that we're working. We accepted that. We're trying to get the ice machines having some technical issues to get that finished. Should be finished by the end of this month. And another contract for the conveyor system, a pneumatic conveyor system, bring the ice or fish or whatever into it, and that should be complete by the end of this month as well. So we've had some issues, we're working to get total completion, and this, what you're seeing on your computers is a list of the equipment that we purchased with the additional funding we received, which was about $1.2 million, and the status of that. And we're working to be complete with everything that's our part by the end of this month, no later than the 1st of February. Trying to get this ready and an operator in place by shrimp season this year. So, what you're seeing there is a list of the individual items, and you know the status. Most of those things are complete, except those 2 contracts that I mentioned. Working with I just wanted to give you all an update, kind of in general, of what's going on, and the board will be meeting later this month to review the proposals they have in place. They have an operator that has submitted a proposal, and after they make their formal acceptance of the proposals they have, there's some considerations the jury's going to have to take up probably in the February meeting.
When we get this operator in place for the Port Doug, we're gonna be, is everything ready to go in that place?
That's our part, Joe. That's, you know, those contracts that we have for the conveyor system, the ice machines, and we have some equipment for the other equipment. There's some, we're doing the final touch up, but I've had some discussions with the contractors and they need to get this finished. And we will be finished by the 1st of February, no later, if not January 31st.
So hopefully the spring season, we might be able to be buying shrimp there.
Yeah, I mean, and there's, you know, the state wants this finished.
Yeah.
We want this finished, the fishermen want this, and we have a new operator coming in that we need to, once they're selected, we've got to get it finished. And I'm gonna let the board talk about their proposal, because they'll be selecting an operator. Once they've selected, then we'll take up the considerations that are they're going to probably be requesting from the police jury.
Yeah.
And so we'll deal with that after the board takes their formal action.
Okay.
But in general, that's basically what's going on. If there's any specific questions or whatever, just feel free to call me. But that's what's happening. We are making progress, and we will be finished soon. And hopefully, we have an operator in place, which was, you know, that was a challenge to get somebody to come in here and operate this thing. So Mr. DuPont, that's my report in general, and
Is the board going to give a talk this morning? Not to know where we are with the selection, because that's going to be very important.
and Tony is here, but I think they're meeting at the end of this month.
We're gonna meet on the 28th, but, the court, the committee is meeting with another prospect on Wednesday. Another person that wants to operate, so we have 2 proposals that they'll discuss and make a decision at the January meeting.
So they make it fit.
They plan on making a selection also.
Yeah, it's very important that we get this facility up and running. It's been a long process.
It's had a lot of challenges, Mr. Polk. I mean, and one of them has been getting somebody to operate this thing, as well as getting this equipment in place. When Cameron Fisheries left, they took a lot of that technical knowledge and institutional knowledge with them. So we're working on there, and we're getting, you know, we're making progress at this point. We're a lot of progress is not.
Yes, on this, looking at it right here, we still have $65,000 available.
Yeah, if you remember, Ms. Gwen, in last year, we allocated $150,000 for this project, and there's been some stuff that we've done, you know, that we've had to put in, but up to that point. So that money's left, and I think some of the considerations, you know, we're gonna once you get an operator in, well, I think we're gonna work on the rest of it. You know, there may be some things we need to complete after we know who we're working with.
And another question on, the 26th or 28th? 28th, at the meeting, they said you're gonna pick an operator. If there's any thing that they need to meet in the middle or, discuss, how are they gonna go about doing that?
Well, once they select the operator and have a proposal, then you have to go, there's gonna be an agreement process. You have to negotiate an agreement with that operator. And I think at that point, there will be some discussion, just as there was, 10 years ago when we signed up. So there's gonna be some things that I probably need to work out. All three parties, Glacier Report and the operator. So I think the first step is to get the board to go through their proposal process and get somebody. And then we work out those other things. I didn't want to go to y'all and start asking for commitments for things today when they don't have an operator.
Right.
So, and I've been discussing and working with them, on our behalf to get this to this point.
Scott?
Yeah, Daryl, how about I had some local people talking to me about it. I just wonder if there's some local.
I think there's been some, there's been some discussions with some local operators. Their status, I think, is more, they've been working with the port on the operator prospect.
Okay.
Yeah, we do have some local people that
But they have a lot to consider, Scott, on that. I mean, I think they'll be considering all those things that come to those.
Do they have an operational plan that they got to submit?
Part of their proposal, and then what, I think that's the proposals ask for pretty much a plan of operation. And I think that's something that they're considering, all that, and y'all will get to review that after they select an operator to see what that potential operator may be, what those plans are.
One more question?
No, we just keep our fingers crossed,
Yeah.
that somebody will get that thing up and running by
We-
the
we're-
spring season.
It's been a challenge,
Yeah.
Mr. Dupont, we're working to get finished with this, but I just, with the new guys coming on, I just wanted to let y'all know where we were.
All right, well, good deal. Okay, I got a green card up here for Miss Joella Bach to talk about the grass and weed ordinance.
Good morning. Congratulations, first off, to all of you, and thank you for your service on the Cameron Parish Police Jury. My name is Joella Botts. I am Vice Chairman of the Cameron Parish Beachfront Development District 1, but today I come to you as a resident of Holly Beach. On January 1st at 2 o'clock in the morning, there was a fire. On the corner of Teal and Pintail, there is an overgrown piece of property with 10-foot to 12-foot roseaux that caught fire. I don't know how the fire started. It doesn't matter. At 2 o'clock in the morning, people were banging on our door to get out because the fire could have crossed the road. If we would have had 50-mile-an-hour winds, it could have been devastating. I may not be going through the right channels, and I apologize if I am not. There are many, many properties at Holly Beach that are overgrown and need to be taken care of. There are ordinances that are already in place that I'm asking today for you to enforce. I've made a copy of these ordinances, which I'm sure you're already aware of. We take care of many properties around us. All of us want Holly Beach cleaned up. But today, I'm asking you and begging you with a plea to clean it up. It's rat infested and it's a fire hazard. And no one wants to be woken up at 2 o'clock in the morning thinking they have to get out of their place because they're going to catch fire. Thank you for your time.
I'm gonna hang on just a second.
Yes, sir.
Have you, Call the sheriff department and report it, and get this.
Well, the fire department was there. I didn't have to call the sheriff's department. They were already there.
I'm talking about for the overgrown grass, because they enforce it. Go ahead.
If I'm not mistaken, the way we work together is that you have to make a formal complaint
Okay?
before it kicks in. And once you make that complaint, then the jury will take over and make notifications and carry the process forward.
And the complaint needs to be made to the sheriff's office, correct? And look, I'm learning, so just bear with me, but I really, people come to me to speak for Holly Beach. And I come to you guys because I know that you've helped me in the past. Get things done at Holly Beach. And I know that there are a lot of new people on this police jury. And also I want to introduce myself to you guys because you'll see me again coming from Holly Beach. So thank you very much. I'll make a formal complaint, and if you would like a copy of the ordinances, I have them. If not, it's up to you. Yes?
Here, Beth.
Jerry, can I say? Okay. I spoke to Michelle Ella before the meeting, and I appreciate your concerns. As far as reporting the complaint, that would be through the permitting office.
Okay.
So, before you leave today, you'll go and see them and request that we look at the property shelving area of concern, and we will get out there and take a picture and do the violation letter, try to get it cleaned up.
Okay.
So the complaint is the police jury office, from the department, not the sheriff's office.
Okay.
I know we have different ordinances that it gets confusing, but you make the complaint to us.
To you. Okay.
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 Would y'all like a copy, Amy?
We've been working with that a lot last year.
The first one that not too much like.
Yeah, burn it down.
I guess you won't stop it when
All right, let's move to number 4. Let's go ahead and review our agenda.
Here on arcade, I don't know which one. Number 14, the authority to sign qualified service organization agreement with Imperial Cashew Human Services Authority. What is that?
Okay, so we've been working with the health unit over the last 6 months. They have a new director, regional director, Lindsay Kavanaugh. And we were requesting that they provide mental health services through the health unit. And this is just one aspect of the providing mental health services. If we sign this agreement with them, then all of our prisoners who need to be evaluated, and then if they need to be referred to a mental health service provider for any types of prescription or maintenance programs, then that can be done at the health unit right now. After we sign this, it'll save the parish a lot of money, it'll save the sheriff's office a lot of time in prisoner transporting. And then if they're gonna have to do a maintenance program for prescription drugs, we can get with the South Carolina Memorial Hospital and make sure they carry those drugs and get them filled there. So hopefully it'll benefit the entire parish.
Okay. Thank you.
Go ahead, Vicky. What's this item 15, this Armstrong Basin inundation relief project? Is that
You want project descriptions?
yeah, where's it at?
Carrie?
Okay, so this is part of the Louisiana Watershed Initiative grant funding that is coming out. It's going to be available this year. So we have 2 projects we're actually going to submit. One of the projects is on Rockefeller Refuge, which is the Armstrong Basin Inundation Relief Project that will allow for an increase in flow of water from the upper basin, reducing prolonged periods of inundation. And it consists of 3 drainage structures. 2 of them are 4 60-inch by 40-inch water control structures, and the other one is 6 60-inch two of the structures will be located in Cameron Parish, one Rockefeller Refuge property, and one in Vermillion Parish. And we have received support for this project from all the 8 parishes in the Upper Basin. So we're hoping it will be selected because it is a regional project that has multi-jurisdictional impact. So, and the other project for the Cal Sabine will be the Little Water Breakwater project. We'll try to get that selected as well. So that's the 2 projects we will be presenting to try to get the funding from this Louisiana watershed.
Is there any way we can get information on the water heights or history of the heights of water within that basin? Or what they control that water, bottom line numbers, and the history of that through the Corps, or
Yeah, there's multiple agencies that we can get this information from, so yeah, I can get that for you.
I'd like to
You
know the history.
just the Mermentau Basin?
Just the Mermentau Basin, just that section between Calcasieu locks and the locks and Catfish and that control of water in that upper section of the intercoastal waterway. And the reason I'm saying that is that we're gonna have to push, I feel like we need to push and get our other parishes involved in this effort to get that intercoastal dredged. What I think is going on, and these numbers will tell us, is that intercoastal hasn't been dredged in so long, that section of the intercoastal hasn't been dredged in so long as what the Corps is saving money, not dredging it, and what they're doing is they're raising that water level. And because that marine traffic down in intercoastal has to flow, and you have to have so much water to flow those tugs. Instead of coming in there and dredging those high spots out of that intercoastal, they just keep, and that history will tell us a lot, because it'll show that raise of water. And all that does is that when we get a big flood event, you ain't got that foot, 10 inches of water that you could take in that basin. You at a higher point already. So our people, Creole especially, and the lower Sweet Lake part of it, I've had people in Creole just complain for days to me every time I see them that you can't get rid of the water. And so we're gonna I feel like we need to make a big effort to find out the data and pretty much get all our eggs in a row before we go and talk to our representatives to try to get the Corps pushed to do that work in that intercoastal. That's going to make a big difference. I talked to trackers just here recently and says that water in that big berm just never goes down. They used to trap. Now the only place they trap is right along the mudboat ditch on that berm, the old dumps. They used to walk out in the marsh set traps. The water's so high you can't set traps in the water. The water just does not go down.
Well, I talked to Lonnie, and Lonnie said 5 years ago that the Corps raised the Mermentau Basin, which is the Intercoastal Canal, 1 foot, and they're proposing to raise it another 1.5 foot.
That's what I'm
If they
saying.
do that, we'll be totally inundated.
And look, all these grass nourishment, the grass projects they're doing out in the marsh, that's just totally killing it. I mean, they're spending money in the marsh to do these terraces and stuff and plant this grass, but they're gonna raise the water on top of it and kill all the grass. It's just unheard
Well,
of.
in Klondike and Lye right now, they can't flow into the intercoastal because it's higher than their property. If they raise it even more, all rice fields won't be able to.
Another thing too, our rice farmers used to, all our rice farmers used to pump out the intercoastal. That has been such unreliable source of water that almost all our farmers went to deep wells. Because what happens is when you get in a dry situation, They gotta have so much water in that intercoastal. Well, here comes the salt. It comes in from the locks, because they gotta get that water level right. Well, that causes the farmers not to be able to, a reliable source of water for their fields. So it's costing in a bunch of ways. And I feel that we need to get as much data that we can, and then we can take and go to our other parishes, get everybody on that whole parish area to understand. You know, them people up in the north part of that basin is not gonna be affected like we are.
It's all gonna come through us.
But we need to get their support so we can, the bigger bunch of people you got, the better they're gonna listen to. So, if you could just find any kind of data you can on that, maybe a history of when that thing was dredged last, what kind of work they did, where they did it at, just any kind of information on that intercoastal.
Miss Solani's got it, because he's the one telling me all about it.
I do want to mention though, we do have a lot of water control structures, being replaced, more capacity. So South Oak Road, south of, Highway 82, we got, a NACO grant, Gravity 4 and DU is in partnership with. So we have a lot of, drainage projects fixing to hit the ground here, so that's gonna help alleviate some of this inundation from all the storm events, so.
Thank you.
Oh, I got a question. Number 12. I went and rode out there, I talked to Sonny, and I went and rode out there and checked the property out. What's the deal on Chad and Paulson dirt out there for them?
You know anything about that? I've been out for
Oh, okay.
surgery for quite a while, so I'm not.
Yeah, I looked at that, I didn't see anything wrong.
No,
I just heard a adjoining property owner was complaining, he's the one who's always stirring the trouble out there.
yeah, there might, possible wetland issues that they feel because it's been overgrown. Since the storm, these properties have abandoned. So the Corps is, watching them areas because it's just been abandoned.
Well, there's a lot of sand out there.
And has been converted, they're saying it's converted back to wetlands because it's just been abandoned since the summer. He really didn't do anything wrong,
Right.
but we have to go through the proper permitting before he put the field on the property. He should get a procedure permit, which he has done that. And so he's got to get a permit through the parish, the Corps of Engineers.
So if we want to haul some dirt on our property, we gotta get the permit to haul some dirt.
If it's in possible wetlands, yes.
Everything good with it.
So,
So where we at right here then? So,
but it's
so
good.
Rodney got their permit?
No, yeah, he's fine, it's just, he's just going through the proper channels right now, so.
Okay, so they gonna be all right?
Yeah, the Corps of Engineers now has to, I've been speaking with the Corps on this property, so, they're aware of it, and they'll probably be going out to the site.
Okay, so I went the other night, it was good to me.
Yeah, no, we want to see development happen,
Yeah.
absolutely, so.
Okay.
But yeah, he's just gonna have to wait, the Corps may make him mitigate,
It's crazy.
so it's.
Okay.
But it depends what the soil and stuff is, you know. So they
It
go out there,
goes
if it's
off the
sandy
soil.
soil, they might not have to do nothing.
They test it and it goes off the soil, the vegetation, and the hydrology of the property.
There's
That,
a bunch of deep sand that washed up over there.
so.
Even if it's sandy.
Thank you, man.
Any more questions on the agenda?
I got one question. Page number 19, did we reach an agreement on that? Did we have a meeting on that the other day?
The, all right, all the three items on here, everything's been recommended for execution and use by the district attorney's office. I want to authorize that they're gonna, and like, probably, we expect you
see on the agenda, this is just, protocol through DOTD. This is something that we have to go in and accept. That's why you see this on here, and there's also gonna be a resolution. It's just, we have to do this part first before we can actually move on.
Just to answer my question.
And they're gonna meet
Just
with-
to negotiate.
Yes.
Yes, and, legal's gonna be there, I think, with GCR when they go out for them.
When I read it, I wasn't sure if they reached an agreement and everything would be cut down, so this is just, you know, go and negotiate.
Yes, there's like 3 different types of forms and everything had to be approved before we could even go further.
Okay. Any other questions? Anybody else? Slow reader.
Yeah, man. Um, 19 on that servitude, record certificate plan, this is your off-road system.
In 2014, we had some money, we're in the off-system bridge, and the DOT will be replacing the Lotionary Bridge for free. But what they did was, we have to purchase a little bit of property, because they changed the rules in guardrails in 2017 to be able to go up the pump-off levee, and this is just one of the many that you have to have approved, yes, sir.
This is one of the motions they were just talking about, Scott, that they need to complete
Yes,
this
it's on there.
with a resolution and sign.
Which bridge is this year?
It's about the demos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All my ratings over there?
Yeah. It's gonna actually be a 3-span, 40-foot by 28-foot bridge, but then they changed the rule on the guardrail in 2017. We have to see if we can purchase a little bit more property for the guardrail to turn for. Whenever we do this, it takes about 10 years to get enough money in the off-system bridge to do a replacement like the one on Trustler Road. We didn't pay for anything on that one. The state actually paid that whole bridge.
Okay, Joe, you can.
Everybody good? Darrell? Katie?
No add-ons then, Mr. DuPont, just to, I don't think.
Everybody good?
We good, Mayor?
Is that memo?
I have a question that we kind of had talked about previously at the budget meeting. We had talked about possibly trying to replace some of my road crew due to safety and just, we're down to 31. I'm not sure if this is the right meeting to act or not, but we talked about maybe getting a committee together with the jury and me and Katie to visit to see if there's a way that we could replace a few employees.
You want us to give you a couple guys that meet with y'all and talk about it, or is that Katie?
I think it's probably a good idea, since we have a few new guys on here, not just to talk about personnel and how we're gonna move forward that way, but mainly set up a few goals of the jury that y'all wanna see done in the next 4 years and see what the priorities are as a group. We still have animal control that we need to address, that ordinance, any changes, and see if there's a better way that we could provide that service that's a little more cost efficient for the jury, but it's gonna make sure that we still keep the animal control and the dogs complaint under control. And anything else that might arise. I know it's hard to get all 8 of you together. We only meet once a month, so if you want to volunteer to be on this subcommittee to just address any issues, and then, like I said, come up with work with the staff, come up with any goals, anything that you want to see that the jury as a whole wants to. I think it'd be a good idea first to
We
start
just
that
create
way.
one committee and they
Yes.
talk to all the
Have a
things.
subcommittee for the dog.
We have one for the dog ordinance already, but we can change that.
Okay, Thomas, Sonny, you want one? Sonny, anybody else? Scott? How about them 3, good enough?
So Scott, Sonny,
Thomas
and
and Sonny.
Thomas. Okay. And
Good.
we'll reach out to you guys and we'll schedule our first meeting. We'll try to meet before the February meeting.
Okay. I can discuss whatever we got, bring it back to us.
Yes.
Anything on that dog ordinance, Mr. Falk, he's a dog man.
Yes.
Whatever he needs, you need to talk about dogs, he's
We'll make sure to bring him in when we're talking about that,
Okay. All right.
even if we have to go meet him at his house.
Can we vote abandonment?
No, that's the problem now, they do abandon them.
Okay, we got them 3 gentlemen on there, and y'all get with them whenever y'all ready to have a meeting, and you can have 4 of us in there?
Yes, you can
Mr.
have
Quinn
four.
wants to be on there too.
Okay, and if we want, I mean, would it be okay if we, Max, if we just had an alternate, and if the fourth one couldn't attend, we could throw the alternate in there? Okay, so we'll just name an alternate. Okay,
You want an alternate?
I mean, you can do it either way you want.
Okay. Curtis said you, give me the alternate.
okay.
Good enough? Okay, anybody else got any questions, any concerns? Everybody good? All right, meeting adjourned.
Hey, Jerry.